Hi, this is Mike, and we're looking at XLM. So, this market may not be ready to drop just yet. And there's a few reasons why I think that might be the case. So, I want to get in early before anything else happens. So, I basically cut the trade off at a small profit in order to just reassess this situation here and consider the possibility that we could be looking at a wave B in progress for wave D. So the way that I've labeled this, it's all great, but there's a few things wrong here. The first thing is this move here probably wasn't a D and E, even though it looks like it's nice that it'd be nice if it was. What I'm thinking now is that this is a wave one, right? So I believe this is actually a wave two. This pattern also appeared lower, which sort of, it's easy to assume that one thing is another, but sometimes you've got to be careful with that thinking. So here we've got wave two. I believe this is wave three down here, right? Three. And four is here. And this zigzag looking pattern right here, I believe that's wave five. So wave A, right? Wave A of a wave D. So instead of wave D being small at the top there, I believe that this started to get larger again, right? So even though wave B and C was small, the waves are telling me that this D wave is going to be larger. The D and obviously E is coming after that. So this, we haven't seen it yet, okay? So right now to be short, I think is not the right time. So, trading this correction at your own risk is fair enough if you want to. But a pullback would be, the reason for the pullback would be for wave B, right? So wave B here, explain why this zigzag appeared at the lows, okay? Because that zigzag did not fit there, therefore I had to question the whole thing. So in other words, little wave one zigzag there, that's, like I said, it could, early on I said it could be either wave one of a 5 wave move, or it could be D and E. I didn't see any evidence suggesting that it could be anything else at the time. But now I think it's become pretty obvious. And I think to take action now is wise before anything goes against us. So here we have the layout of what I believe is going on here. All the corrective internals are still fine. This one was wrong, obviously. That's a full correction there, full correction there, full correction there, and that's basically it. So what we have one, so that's, sorry, let me get rid of that. So obviously that's ABC in there, but I'm not going to go into that much detail to labeling that. So having 5 waves down in this particular manner that it has evolved, to me now requires a pullback, right? So a pullback that goes, at least 50% of the way, or could most likely 0.618. Seeing as though it's a weak 5 wave move, probably the latter, probably a bit higher. So right now, I expect price to go up until we get to roughly the midpoint, and then shorting this would be a good idea after that. So that's my view at this point. Changed slightly for Bitcoin as well, which I'll post an idea shortly, an update shortly for that. And what else can I say about this? So what have we seen so far? In my opinion, I think we've seen at the lows A, B. So we've seen A. So these wicks here, I was really curious about them when they happened. And I got to questioning this, but it didn't click until now what's going on here, especially due to a lack of movement down in the price. So, sorry, let me just grab a B. So A, B. Now I know on some charts these wicks didn't happen, which is another reason why this idea makes total sense. So I believe that what we're seeing now is wave C, which may turn out to be a weak wave C potentially, the way this is unfolding now, unless this keeps going straight up. It could be a weak kind of wave C move in progress. So at this point in time, we don't really know until we see it, but ultimately we will need D and E. So D, and then probably the E will be the spike up. So depending on what causes that, could be part of a news event, could just be pure price action. These are the types of things to look out for. I'm just going to get rid of some extra stuff on the chart that is not necessary. Right. And this line as well, it's not necessary. So yeah, at this point, that's the only thing that I believe this is doing. So yeah, moving up only before getting to a decent pullback, and then it can be reshorted again. And then we'd expect to see another leg down similar to this one from that point, right? And that will be wave D, the wave C for wave D, right? So it's interesting to see this type of zigzag down scenario, especially because what the euro is doing. It's also in the midst of performing a similar move down, right? A zigzag down. And then there will be in the euro a wave B up. So I think we need to be careful during those times, and I'll update the Bitcoin chart with how I see that unfolding at this point in time, which this is definitely giving us some clues here. So hopefully you found it helpful. Thanks for watching.